Okay, so here's the question I want to ask. Do you abuse animals?
Of course not.
What makes you think that you don't abuse animals?
Because I got good ethics with like I'm from Costa Rica. Back in my country, I used to grow with a lot of animals like chickens, dogs, cats, cows, a lot of them. And it just my family like teach me about not abuse animals. So that's why. That's why.
So, do you eat animals?
Yeah, of course. Eggs and steak.
What's that?
Meat and eggs. Yeah.
Yeah, do you think eating animal is not abuse?
Mm, well, it's so hard topic to be honest, but I mean it's survival. Like it's just nature.
Do you think we can survive without eating animals, or I mean, you said it's survival, but you think it's not possible to survive without eating them?
It is possible, but like if you go back to history, there's these people that eat just vegetables. It's like it is very healthy, but just why it's like a seasonal thing. You shouldn't be eating just vegetables like your whole life. That's not healthy. You need to have like a balance between animals and vegetables. That's my opinion. That's what I've seen.
So, what about vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, legumes, just plants? Like not eating animals.
Nothing about animals, like not at all.
Yeah, because animals want to live, don't you think? Would you think animals are like, yeah, it's fine if you kill me? Like like I don't think I want to live. Do you think animals want to live? That would be the question.
Yeah, of course they want.
So why take their life just because you think it's a survival argument? I guess.
It's funny because people that are just vegetarian, all like in order to grow the vegetables in the farms, you need to kill like the rats, the a lot of animals in order to grow the plants. So it's not the same, but it's kind of you're at the end you need to kill some animals. So it's,
Yeah, so that's a crop death argument. And who do you think eats all the like so the majority of the food we grow, which causes all those crop deaths? Who do you think eats those foods?
the what? Sorry.
Who do you think eats the foods that we grow? Like the majority. Who do you think eats that food?
Um.
So let me rephrase it.
Yeah.
We grow a lot of food in like a huge places, like a big area, right? Yeah, we take all that food. Who do you think eats that food?
I mean, they everyone like
So we grow a lot of crops. We grow a lot of food, a lot of corn, soy, rice, beans, whatever, and we feed it to animals. So animals eat even more plants than humans. Animals cause a lot are like causing all those crop deaths because we grow those foods to feed animals. So if you're thinking about crop deaths, eating animals is actually causing even more crop deaths than not eating animals. What do you think about that?
it's I mean, again, it's a hard topic, but to be honest, that's the thing I can like. To be honest, I can't just respond at all.
Yeah. So I mean, why do you continue eating animals if we don't really need to? Like, what do you think? Why? Like,
We do need to like it's as I was saying like our ancestors they that's the way they survive like yeah it's a hard topic bro like
yeah. Yeah, it's something we don't really need to be doing. Like, regardless of what our ancestors did, we don't need to just continue because our ancestors did a lot of bad things as well, right? Like, can you think of something that our ancestors, I can say that word, ancestors did that you would think it's wrong today?
Well, actually, we should have some traditions, cultures. We have forgotten from them. Not everything. Not everything they did was wrong. Like, um, but yeah, it's you know. Sorry, I have mental fog right now. I don't know why, but it's like the. But yeah, we should just go back in history. Like a lot of things. If you go back, look like at the beginning of history, like let's say our main like the essential foods, you will see
Corpses of animals, right?
kind of, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, people call animals meat, but do you think, like, if we kill a human, do they convert? Do they turn into meat, or they call them a corpse, a cadaver?
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like,
I mean, it could be the same. Like, what I mean is, like, why do we call animals, dead animals, meat, and dead humans, a corpse? Like, why is because we're seeing them as a product, as food, but what makes animals so inferior to us that their only value is to be food for humans?
yeah. I have two questions for you. The first one is, do you drink milk?
No, because vegetarians still abuse animals. I don't abuse any animal whatsoever.
So
So,
what do you eat normally? Like,
so instead of milk, actually, let's actually talk about milk. Um, who? Wait, what's that?
the question. Yeah. Do you eat like drink milk?
No, I don't, because I'm not a baby. And yeah, that. So here's the question: Who who is the milk intended for to be drank?
The milk what?
So someone produces milk, and who should be drinking that milk?
Well, it depends on the milk.
Let me change the question. Let me go to humans. Humans produce milk, and like, let's be yeah, females, women produce milk, and yeah, that milk is for who?
Yeah, I agree with that. Like with the milk, like it's just obvious. Like we as a human race, we should be drinking human milk and not cow milk. Actually,
Wait, did you say cow milk?
cow milk. Yeah, actually.
Why should we
No.
because
No, sorry. So we shouldn't be drinking cow milk because that's.
we're not baby cows, are we?
I agree with that. I totally agree with that because there's a, I don't know how to say it, but it's like something to, in order to digest that is that it's, I think it's lactase. We don't have that, so we can't digest cow milk because we don't have that enzymes in order to make that. Yeah.
We're also not baby cows, so we don't really need milk from any animal. We don't need dog milk or cat milk or rat milk or hippopotamus milk, or we don't need milk of any other species.
I agree with that.
The only milk we are intended to drink is human milk when we're babies. When we grow, we don't need to consume any milk whatsoever.
I totally agree with that.
So I want to ask you now the question: do you still, as a human, as a different species, not a cow, as a not a baby, do you consume milk?
Just almond milk.
What's that?
Almond milk.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, vegetarians. So yeah, you're asking about milk, which vegetarians consume. They don't eat animals. but they still abuse animals. They still abuse the cow. Do you know what happens in the dairy industry?
I have an idea, but not deeply.
Could you explain what you know?
For getting the milk from the cows. Yeah, it's a whole process that is definitely not good for cows. Like they're just being stressed. Sometimes when they got the milk out, it's like with a lot of poos and it's not.
No, like the question is like, do you know what happens in the dairy industry? Like how how cows get to be like all the process that goes. I guess like, do you know what happens in the dairy industry? What happens to cows for milk?
No, to be honest, I have like deeply. No, no.
So I'll give you some information here. So we take a bull, we violate his private parts, his penis. Either someone could actually just touch the penis of a bull, masturbate him, make him ejaculate, and collect the semen. And then we violate the private part of the private parts, plural, of a cow. And yeah, since we collected the semen, so we inject the semen through. So we insert an arm through the cow's anus to hold the cervix, and then with the other arm we insert the semen in the cow. So we forcibly impregnate them. So what I just described, what do you think about that?
Yeah, they shouldn't be doing that for sure. Like,
So I'm glad you don't consume milk, but do you consume any dairy product? Not just milk, but like cheese, ice cream, dairy, ghee, any dairy product that comes from milk?
sometimes cheese, but I think that's the only one, probably.
Yeah, so that's what happens to get cheese. All that I described. Do you think the animals like that? Do you think the animals want that to happen? Do you think they're like, um, yeah?
No, like any kind of species should be harmed like that, But I do know there's some methods in order to make food without harming animals, but I think just the big farms or just the big, companies, they don't care about that. They just care about the profits. So,
So who gives them that profit?
uh, us for sure. Yeah.
So how can we change just such an atrocity, like I just described, just to get a product from a species we're abusing, we're disrespecting, we're violating their bodily autonomy, just to get something out of them.
Well, I think just conscious people making really like it's really hard. There's not a lot of people making that, but I do know some people that are making baby steps in order to go into that direction. But yeah, it's definitely not easy, but there's some people doing it. It's just yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's
So do you think you can change, like instead of eating dairy cheese, could you start like swapping it and eat plant-based cheese, like vegan cheese, which is made of plants?
of course, but I haven't seen any like that, so that's why.
Maybe you're not looking for that kind of product particularly, but yeah, maybe you should start looking into like vegan cheese and vegan products, like vegan dairy alternatives instead of milk. Then it's good that you already consume almond milk, but then you can consume like vegan cheese, vegan yogurt, vegan ice cream, vegan yogurt. Yeah, you can just look at stores. They have them pretty widely available.
Of course, I think we just get used to the food we always eat, and we just go with the flow, and we don't want to just invest energy into looking for something else because that's the thing that it's more convenient for us. But yeah, sometimes you need to do some like a little push to just find something that is better for not just for us but for the whole.
Yeah, because when we, yeah, the animals are the victims here, right? So it's like we should stop supporting. So I wanna, before I say this, so the definition of a Holocaust is slaughter on a mass scale, and that is exactly what is happening to the animals. So even when we consume milk, we are still supporting the animal Holocaust. And what do you think? Are you gonna continue to support the animal Holocaust and continue to eat animals and animal products such like milk, eggs, and other dairy products?
No, of course not. I'm always being conscious about that. I think it's not something you just make like a transition from. All right, well today I'm eating like this, and tomorrow I will stop, because that's not how it works.
I mean, some people have done it that way. I wish I did it that way, honestly. If I was educated and uh, before the time that I did, I would have done the switch pretty like pretty like soon, like today, tomorrow. It's the yeah. Like, would you take the same stance with, like, let's say human abuse? Like, would you, if we were eating humans or human milk in a way where, yeah, they don't consent to having their milk stolen, and yeah, would you say, yeah, I'm not gonna, so I'm gonna stop consuming human milk, like abusing humans? Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe like I'll transition slow. Would you take the same stance?
Of course, I'm actually trying to make this transition, but not from one day, as I was telling you, for like tomorrow, because well, I'm not a nutritionist, but I know if you stop eating something like right away, I don't know if your whole system will react away. So it's just like gradually changing your diet and just listening to your body to see how it goes, but not just cutting like the whole thing, because that's not, at least that's not how I will do it for the perspective I have.
So yeah, what about the animals' perspective? Do you think the animals, since I already described what happens to the animals, do you think animals would prefer you stop today, and like, do you think the animals prefer you think about them like from the start and like switch now, or do you think the animals is like, yeah, abuse me a little bit more because you're not ready to make that change, or you don't want to switch that fast? Would you switch fast if we were eating humans and human milk? And that was the question. I don't know if you understood it, but that was the question. Would you stop consuming humans and milk like tomorrow?
Yeah, of course, like yeah, like, if you see it like that, of course I would cut it.
So what about the animals? Like, why would you say you're gonna stop consuming humans tomorrow, but you wouldn't take the same stance with animals?
Because right now it's not that easy. Like it's not available like that. Like in a whole picture, as you're saying, it will be, yeah, I'm cutting it right away. But right now, well, in the world we are, it's not that easy because it's not available like that.
What if we try to help you out with that and try to make it easier for you to switch like faster?
Of course, I will be open for that. Sure.
So have you ever? So I guess I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So I want to ask you, do you know what veganism is? Have you ever have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, of course. Veganism and veg. Yeah.
Yeah, different. So the difference between vegetarians and vegans: vegetarians still support animal abuse by consuming milk, dairy products, eggs. They still visit circuses, zoos. They still support animal abuse in other ways. They still ride horses. They still wear cow skin. They still wear like sheepskin, which is like wool, right? Um, Vegans don't abuse any animal. They don't eat animals. They don't abuse. They don't support places where animals are being abused, exploited. Sorry, tortured and murdered for a product or for a clothing item or an accessory. So that would be the difference.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I will be down to. I've been doing some different diets, but to be honest, I haven't tried that. Like that looks very like kind of hard. But I will definitely try it for sure.
Did you say hard?
Kind of hard, yeah.
Actually, when you think about the animals, I think it's actually pretty easy, because we're thinking about the victim.
Yeah,
But what do you think for you is hard right now?
it, like it's just a lot of factors. Like you can just you have to take in note like the money, the places where you're going to find it. You don't know if like you have it close to your home or you need to go all the way to the other side of the city or the island. I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of things you need to consider. So it's not like super easy. It definitely can be done, but it's some work there.
So yeah, people when people think about their own desires of doing whatever, like eating animals or riding a horse, for example, because it is abuse. Yeah, we're only thinking what we want. But have you ever like can I ask you? I want to ask you. Can you try to consider the animals' point of view? Like their opinion is because they have the opinion of the opinion of a victim. We have the opinion of an oppressor. Do you know what an oppressor is?
An oppressor? Yeah.
Yeah, like an abuser, right? Someone who exploits someone else. So yeah, who do you think, if you were the victim and I'm the oppressor, which opinion matters more?
Well, the victim, of course.
Yours, right?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I'm bringing this up because a lot of people think like, oh, I respect your opinion, but I think I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do whatever, like do it slow or whatever. Like I respect what you're doing, but yeah, they're saying that my opinion is like the opinion of an oppressor is the one that has more value, but they're forgetting the victim. So yeah, I guess I want to ask you to start thinking about the victims, and I want to share a documentary with you. It's on YouTube. It's free. You can watch it, and hope you that gets you thinking more about the victim, and hopefully you change like quicker, and hopefully, yeah, tomorrow. I mean, hopefully you start educating yourself, watching these documentaries, and I'm also gonna give you a link for free help going vegan, and you'll that'll make it easier for you, and think about the animals.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
For sure. I'll give it a try.
What was your name? What was your name?
I'm Jeff.
Jeff.
Jeff, yeah.
My name Jeff.
My name is Jeff. What's your?
My name's Guillermo.
Here?
Guillermo.
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 Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, it was nice to meet you, and I appreciate what you're doing, man. There's not a lot of people doing that, for sure. So I appreciate that, cause
Yeah. So all over from Costa Rica. I hope he goes vegan soon. And yeah, if you're against animal abuse, it only makes sense to be vegan. So until the moment you are vegan, the animals you're abusing are gonna be, yeah, you're abusing animals until the day you change to vegan. Yeah, it's about animal rights, respecting animals, and yeah, the animals are the victims, not us.
all right.
Thank you.
Take that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So,
Yeah, yeah.
what's